Oh, hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to your brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. The rest of the hopeful elect. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. As always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. Okay, the name of this one is going to be Expect No Mercy from these people. Something along those lines, man. Expect no mercy from your enemy, or expect no mercy from these type of people, man. Okay. Let me just get right into the article. Okay. This is by the People's Voice, entitled IDF Soldiers Shoot 84-year-old Christian Piano Virtuoso, leave her to bleed out, then drive tank over still breathing body. All right, this was fact checked by the People's Voice community, dated April 20, by Baxter Dimitri, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right, I'll just get right into it. It says Israeli forces shoot 84-year-old Christian music teacher Elam Farah in the legs as she left a church shelter to check on her home, then left her bleeding in the street for hours before a tank drove over her body, according to family members and eyewitnesses. Accounts that describe the incident as a clear war crime. It says Farah, a beloved pianist and long-term music educator who played for Gaza's Baptist Congregational Congregation, who played for Gaza's Baptist Congregation and came from one of the territory's oldest Christian families, had been sheltering at a Holy Family Catholic Church compound when she ventured out. Okay, and off the top, man, as the scripture says, man, the Lord does not dwell in temples made by men. Okay, and at the end of the day, these people are over there calling on JC in their respective language or whatever, which is a whole idol, man. Okay, because where was JC? Where was that idol that she was probably worshiping and praying to, minutes before coming outside. You know what I'm saying? But we could tell you what Yahweh Shai was doing. You know what I mean? Which, when you read, what is it, Amos, where it says, let's get it real quick. Let's get it real quick, man, because these people don't know and don't read these scriptures, man. Okay, this is the book of Amos 3 and 6. All right, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai have not done it? All right, and the answer to both of them is yes, man. All right, because that trumpet is also a warning. Oftentimes how we actually every time we're out here, all we're doing in the highways and byways is giving warnings to our people. Okay, and you should be afraid, when you hear these things, because when the prophets and the scriptures will come around, people will fear, because they will wonder what message or tidings, whether good or evil, were they going to bring to the people, and if you take heed, then chances are it will go possibly better for you. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, man, the Lord's asking, shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has not done it? And yes, man, he did that. All right, he made that happen. The scriptures clearly tell you that the issues of death are of the Lord, man. All right, so that should leave no doubt in your mind who caused all this, man. The scriptures also say that the Lord is the Father of spirits, and how another one says that he that there's spirits created for vengeance, man. And when they attack them, when they complete their mission, they appease the Lord, they please the Lord, man. Right, because they go out and do what the Lord wanted them to do, man. And this lady, man, she should have stayed her ass in the house, because what is she gonna do if she found her home, in shambles or whatever? Nothing. It goes to show you how careless, man, women are, man, even in the midst of war. Okay? Not to, like, talk down or talk shit, man, but it's the truth. All right? I bet you there was some warnings going out from any men that were around there. Like, nah, lady, just stay right here with us. Don't go out there. It's too dangerous. But anyways, it says, witness say an IDF sniper opened fire warning. Oh, Salakia. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I'm excited. It says witnesses say an IDF sniper opened fire without warning, striking her in the leg just meters from her apartment in Gaza City, Al Rima neighborhood. All right, and I bet you this motherfucker could have hit her in the in like center mass if he wanted, the head, but he chose the legs on purposely, man, so she could bleed out. Okay, which is fucked up, man. It's very cruel, and we'll get scriptures on that, man. These people have no fucking type of mercy, man, on even their enemies, man. All right. It says, unable to move and crying out in pain, Farah lay helpless as Israeli troops prevented any rescue attempts by firing on those who tried to reach her. It's messed up, man. It says she remained in the street overnight. Her final phone calls to relatives capturing her suffering. I can't feel my legs. I can't move, she's quoted, right? By the following morning, she had bled to death. Family and local accounts state that an Israeli tank then deliberately rolled over her corpse, with some relatives asserting she was still alive when the vehicle crushed her. Now, who knows if she was or wasn't, okay? But the fact that they rolled over her, man, that's even more fucked up, man. Like, she's dead. These people are blood, how do they call that, man? Bloodthirsty, man. They have a bloodthirst, man. It says this brutal sequence shooting an unarmed elderly civilian, denying her medical aid, and desecrating her body with armored machinery exemplifies the pattern of disproportionate and indiscriminate violence that has characterized much of IDF's campaign in Gaza. Of course, like, how many more war crimes do you have to see to notice or to realize that these people don't care about no damn rules? I've heard countless of them saying that the rules around the world only don't apply to them. Okay, these people, man, the only power that's gonna get these people out of play, man, is the Lord himself, man. Okay, the Lord established these motherfuckers where they are, man. Okay, critics including human rights observers and church leaders have labeled such action as potential war crimes under international humanitarian law. Listen, man, under international which explicitly prohibits targeting non-combatants, failing to assist the wounded, and mutilating the dead. They don't care about no damn laws, man. All right, about no international humanitarian laws, man. These people ain't even human. Okay. The incident drew condemnation from the Pope, who described the killings of Palestinian Christians in Gaza as terrorism. Ooh, man, and I just said the word, but hey, through the spirit, if it has to go out, it has to go out. It says, yet the Israeli military has offered no detailed explanation or accountability for Farah's death, consistent with its broader refusal to investigate numerous similar cases involving civilians, medical workers, and place of worship. These people ain't gonna investigate themselves, man. Well, to investigate yourself, that would imply that you're gonna hold something accountable. You know what I mean? And these people are not gonna hold themselves accountable because, as they constantly say, they don't, these laws don't apply to them, man. Point blank, period. All right, and the men of the Lord been telling you, man, for a long time. I mean, even Deuteronomy 28 and 50. Let me get that real quick. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Okay, these are the same people that were attacking the feeble, elderly and young when the Lord delivered us from Egypt, man. They were trailing behind this, man. Attacking the elderly, man, and the young, both men and women. Okay, shit, man. It should get you angry, man. But hey, we have anger, but we sin not, man. All right, the scripture says, be ye angry, but sin not, man. We because at the end of the day, if I could have if I could do anything, it's a minuscule fraction of what the Lord could do, So we have to leave these atrocities to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to handle, man. All right. It's not gonna be until the Lord, blesses his men with spiritual power, so they could go and, wreak havoc on on all these fucking Edomites and all these other heathens, man. All right. It says here, James 2:13, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Of course, man. You know what I'm saying? Why would these people get any type of mercies, man? I've seen the elites get on TV and talk horrible about all the shit that they're doing and how they should do it all around the world, and no one should say shit about it. I've heard women, old and young, men, old and young, carrying themselves in such a way that they don't want to show no type of mercy to anyone. Granted, all of them have been, all the young have been brainwashed by their own fucking people. You know what I'm saying? But there's internet, man. If from a young age we know good from wrong, man. Right from wrong. So they should know no matter how young, they should know. There's no excuse. They should know that this is fucked up, man. That was messed up. Including, poisoning people's wells, taking people's homes, homes that just, it's just made out of dirt, man. And you just want to take the land, and then you weak, coward ass motherfuckers. Y'all can't even till the land. Y'all never worked a day in your life. So it's beautiful, because I to the spirit, I think they all gonna fucking die from famine out there too, man. There's only so much food you can fucking bring in there. You have to use the land to and harvest there and whatnot, man. But these people don't know how to do none of that. All of them are fucking Section A and housing babies, man. All right. Next scripture I want to bring out is Psalms 59:2, man, because this is the spirit that we have to be in, man. Because these people, okay, are pushing for the draft. All right, the head of the CEO of fucking Palantir, which is also a tiny top, is calling for universal. I forget exactly how he put it, man, but basically he wants all Americans or the ones of age to be drafted, man. You know what I'm saying? Because to them it's all sacrifice, man. It's all blood sacrifices to them. They don't give a damn, man. Which is why the scripture says, man, if the Lord didn't shorten the time, there will be no flesh alive, man. These people know that they can't forge their birthright, man, that they sold for a morsel of food that, of meat, food, whatever it was that wasn't even fully cooked, possibly, man. Because Esau likes his food raw, But this is the spirit that we should be in right here, man. Psalms 59:2, deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. All right. This lady was bleeding out. All right. I bet you this man or woman, whoever sniped her, was probably salivating, man. Just doing a whole fucking close up on the blood, on the wound. Because you have to be a sociopath, man. A fucking psycho to do some shit like that, man. I've heard stories of hardened criminals and even military vets, man, that cringe to certain stories that they even speak on, or tell you about. But these people, man, they probably get aroused, man, like the rest of the psychopaths, man. All right, I'll leave you with this last scripture, man. I wasn't gonna make this one too long, man. Just wanted to point out the obvious, man. We need the Lord, man, because this is soon gonna be in the shores of America, man, here in Babylon. All right. Psalms 18:2, it says, Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, all right, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower, right? The scripture says, oh man, let me get it real quick. Let me see. Lock you. Right here, the name, Proverbs 18:10. The name, IUIC, you heard? Y'all could talking about you could call on you could call him by any name, all those names are titles. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit demonic lie, man. Psalms 18:10. The name of Yahweh, the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So this is exactly what we see is being said here in the book of Psalms, man. Yahweh is my rock. Psalms 18:2. Yahweh is my rock. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, right? My power and my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower, man. Okay? The Lord ain't gonna abandon the ones that trust in him, the ones that been holding fast to this faith, man, and hope. Okay? Because, hey, man, we could see all around the world how terrible the Lord could get with people, man. Okay? So that should behoove you in fear, man, to not only fear the Lord, man, to reverence him and him only, man. Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay? You know what? Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. And in closing, I want to give all honors and praises to our power, our buckler, man, our deliverer, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers out there in the highways and byways. Salutations always also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that keep tuning in to listen and learn. All right. The rest of the hopeful elect, man. Hold fast. We're almost out of here, man. This thing is almost giving in, man. All right. Shalom. And a Bible ball Kwam Yasharala.